Hello,
Hey,
everybody.
everybody.
Hello.
So I am so happy and excited. In case you are new around here, I am Hillary Buchholz, and I'm here with Patty Quinn.
Hello.
And we are the co-founders of We Heart Hounds, but I'm so excited because we also have a very special guest with us here today.
We do. I can't wait for everybody to get to know Julie Holmes from Unique Pet Care. She is an amazing woman who's got a wonderful story and wonderful products to share with us. Thanks for being with us today, Julie.
Thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to this.
Good. We are too. And I know our audience is as well. If anybody doesn't know Unique or Unique Pet Care, they are makers of these amazing cleaning products that help take care of all the pet odors and pet stains that are in our house. My house in particular, I am still house training my little Chiweenie, so definitely on topic for sure for many of us. So I'm so happy to have you here and to hear more about all the wonderful things that you do.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
You bet.
So before we jump into some things, a little birdie told me that you have quite a menagerie of animals at your house, and I was curious, what are these animals, and how did you come about acquiring these?
Okay. So right now we have 2 dogs, a cat, 25 chickens.
Oh,
and it's springtime, so that number will jump up.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have 6 peacocks.
Oh, wow.
And we have what's called a trio of yellow golden pheasants that are so beautiful and colored. I always say they look fake. And my son, who's staying with us right now through this whole COVID thing, he has pigeons and 5 sheep.
Oh,
so
my goodness. Of course he does.
Yeah. So, and it's like, how do we get these? We go to there's these bird swaps here in Colorado. And we always say, there's nobody in the family that says, ooh, that's our numbers. No, we don't. That person doesn't live in my house. So things just happen. And,
I love that.
Things just show up. We had some friends that were hiking in Guanella Pass in Colorado. Yeah. I mean, you're up at, that's 14,000 feet, 13,000 feet.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they found a chicken.
Wow.
Up in a tree. They were sledding. I get a phone call. What do we do with this chicken? I said, well, I'll take it. So they drive the chicken down and laid an egg in the car on the way. And it's now in our chicken yard. And her name is Gwenny.
Oh, Gwenny.
So Gwenny,
lucky little lady she is.
Who knows? And
my
we have
goodness.
no idea how that girl got up in the middle of where she was. It was kind of crazy. So
wow. So did you have to get her 22 other friends? Is that why you had to?
No, we had everybody else first, and then we brought her in. So she had to meld into the fold, which is, kind of, it's always a challenge, but they do it. So
yeah, that's wonderful.
Awesome.
We could talk about this all day. I can't imagine all the lovely fur and feathers and everything, the noises and the barks and the squeaks and everything that's going on at your house. Never a dull moment. I think that's fantastic. And what background, like what experience, right? On the job experience, like that's perfect.
I always say I'm a huge user of my products. Huge.
Exactly.
Because they work for everything. You put them in the chicken house. We put them in the dog run, everywhere.
I love that. Okay. So Hillary got to hear about kind of the story of your animal menagerie. And I've heard that you guys are so dedicated to your jobs that the team at Unique talks about poop and pee all day, every day, which I think is amazing. I mean, and honestly, as a pet parent, my husband and I probably do as well. We're still house training. Like it's a topic that comes up a lot. So you have to tell us a little bit more about your team and how you guys all got started.
So it all started, it's a family business, and my father started it 30 years ago, and he had been in the janitorial supply industry. And at the time, apartments would if you had a dog or a cat, You moved out, they ripped up the carpet and threw it away. You
Yeah.
may have only lived there 6 months. There's nothing wrong with the carpet, but they just like, nothing works. So that's when bacteria first started coming into the cleaning world.
Okay.
And so we got in really early on that whole concept, and it has been our mainstay throughout. And it's expanded. So it started in the pet, but then we also have human products, and then we have drain and septic. So we have safe drain openers and septic products if you're on a septic, and then camping and marine. So for the holding tanks. So we talk about humans waste, we talk about pet waste, we talk about, there is no subject that, when people first start working here, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, this is like, you guys talk about this all the time. It's like, well, yes, this is what we talk about because it's what we do.
Yeah. I love it though. I love it. I think that's great.
So we have a great team here. So we do have 3 generations that are still part of the company. And then we've had a lot of other people that come in, and but people tend to stay here a long time. So we have PJ, who's been with us 16 years in our shipping and manufacturing, and we do manufacture here ourselves as well. So
wow. Well, kudos to everybody at the team, and obviously kudos to your father and his legacy. People don't stay around where they're not, appreciated and loved and cared for as employees. And obviously when you do that, your product ends up being even that much better and amazing as well. So that's really
a real
cool.
testament. So
really cool.
It really is.
We have great people. We love them all. Yeah.
That's great.
So unique is obviously kind of in the name, but can you tell us a little bit about what makes your products different and how they kind of differentiate from the rest of the market out there?
Absolutely. So this is our tried and true. This is our first product that we came out with, and it's a concentrate. So there are other companies that have a bacterial product. Because we've made this on our own in our own facilities for the last 30 years, we have special bacteria that's grown just for us. So we have more strains of bacteria. And what a bacteria does is it creates an enzyme. So when you have more strains of bacteria, they're grown, and it all does come out of the soil, that the original product comes from the soil, and then the bacteria is grown from there. But then, so it creates the specific enzymes to break things down. So there's urease and all these different things that literally, when you pour this on your floor, I'll turn that the right way. So you pour it on your floor and you saturate it. You don't pour it in, wipe it like you would a chemical. You pour it in, you leave it, and you let the bacteria do its job. And that literally eats the stain and odor. It biodegrades the stain and odor because that is the food source for the bacteria. I always say, picture little Pac-Man running through your carpets going, and like Pac-Man, they reproduce. Bacteria reproduces every 30 minutes or so. And so it doubles in population. So if you start with 1 million, then you've got 2 million. And so they just keep creating they produce the enzymes that break it down, and then the bacteria eats it. So when it's done, there's nothing left.
Isn't it like water? Isn't all that's
water
left is like
carbon
water
dioxide?
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
And that's all that's
amazing.
left. So unlike a lot of things, when you clean your carpet and then they feel tacky later, and then they get dirty quicker because they're cleaning your shoes and the paws.
Right.
This leaves the carpet so soft, it doesn't do that. So it's really nice in that way.
Yeah.
That's
I
fantastic.
hate that film that gets left that just kind of pulls back the dirt and muck again.
I know.
So with this, if you don't have it,
it magically appears again. You turn around and it's like, I thought I just cleaned that.
Yeah, I thought 2 weeks ago. And we always say a lot of times dogs or cats get in trouble because people think I cleaned that and they went back to that same spot, but they didn't. It's the stain comes back up. So that's why this really, it biodegrades it. So it is gone. And that's one of the great things about this. Um, our products, we also have a concentrate, and there's not many concentrates out there. So this
Yeah, I
bottle
haven't heard of that. Yeah.
makes 2.5 gallons of
Oh
product.
my word. Wow.
So if you
Okay.
have large areas or
Yeah.
like a horse trailer or
Yeah.
a dog kennel, a dog run, anything
Right.
like that, this dilutes down and goes a long way. So
Wow. Wow. That's fantastic.
yeah, so that's, that's one of the great things about that one. And we have it in ready to use versions as well,
Okay.
for people who don't like to mix.
Yeah.
But if it's kind of the spray and go on those kind of things. So
Yeah,
Gotcha.
wonderful, wonderful. I like the options, and when we first Ginger, our little Chewini, she's not our first dog. She's definitely been the most challenging to housebreak, but I had heard about buy an enzymatic cleaner because that'll be a better cleaner, but I didn't know why, and it's really important to know how it works, and like you said, to leave it there for it to do its job, and to know that you're not going to get a stain come back later. I mean, I think that's really fantastic. Do your products work on older stains as well?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. So a lot of times you'll move into a place that smells clean to you guys, but then all of a sudden your pets who don't typically start marking. And you think, well, why is that? Well, they can smell things that we don't smell.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go in then and clean that and get rid of that and stop that cycle.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
So that does always help.
Okay, super.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, which are you obviously showed us two of your kind of the flagship products. Do you have some other kind of favorites that pet parents use all the time?
We do. We also have, so one area that we were not 100% satisfied with how our product worked is Berber carpet. And that's that really, really tight weave carpet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the trick is because it's hard to penetrate. So we created the advanced product. So we have an advanced dog and an advanced cat product.
Okay.
And those are designed to get into that Berber carpet and it just then allows the bacteria to penetrate. And then that will take care of that issue. So that's a great one. And then we have some real specific. So we have a pet bed cleaner. And then we have puppy. Oh. So, the concept behind puppy is you get a puppy and you want puppy food and you want, you just brought a baby home, so you want to do everything right. And it's actually lavender scented to help be calming. Yeah. But it's just kind of a great little product to have. So
that's super.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So I hear that you guys are also involved in a puppy partnership program. And there's lots of companies involved or organizations that are part of that and all of that. If you could kind of share a little bit more about the wonderful work that you guys do there, and then maybe how us as pet parents can help support that mission.
Okay. Well, and see, that's perfect timing because so the whole concept behind that is, so we work with Freedom Service Dogs of America.
Oh, great.
So they give service dogs not only to, for all kinds of uses. So PTSD, people with muscular dystrophy, people with Parkinson's, children that have autism. They give dogs for the gamut. And, the dogs go through an amazing training process. We work with, they're here in Denver. And so we actually get to go to their facility and it is nice. So well done. Like they have these boards that volunteers can come and then you're given a level about your level of comfort with an animal and training an animal.
Yeah.
And so they have these boards and the dogs' names are up there and their leash and when they were last taken out and then what they need done today.
Okay.
And so people just come in, because they never know who's coming in when, and they just, I'll take that one and we'll go out and we'll work on sits or whatever they need to do. So, they're a great company and they just do some great things. So one thing, it is one of those you never think of, But if somebody who has an animal, their service animal, and the service animal passes away from age or anything, well, now this person who has become totally dependent on an animal does not have one. So even if there's a line of 100 people, that person goes to the front of the list.
Oh, good.
That makes sense.
Because they're already, they have
right.
to, they're used to that dog. They have to have that dog. So,
right.
So our whole concept that we do is we give a percentage of the puppy product to purchase a puppy. They typically use dogs that are rescued, but every now and then they'll have a family that has a very specific need. They need an allergenic dog. There's certain things they have to do. So I am very close to a person that raises golden doodles.
Oh.
And so she and I are kind of working together on this to get them a golden doodle of the right size.
Wonderful.
And then that way they'll be able to take care of, and then we'll start the whole 2-year process. So, but we give them product and, to clean their kennels, and they have really cool outdoor turf areas that are shaded. So the dogs aren't hot, but where people can safely take them out and do training with them. And then when I go to trade shows and things, at the end of a trade show, people will have things that, well, we're not taking this. I don't want to take this home. I gather up what I can, and then I take it to Freedom Service Dog when I get home. Mammoth Toys had several boxes of toys that I was able to take down there. So now people will have them so they can play with the dogs. So try and incorporate as many people as possible. So how to help is buy the puppy product, because that's the one that gives the percentage to them.
Okay, perfect.
For the actual to get a puppy.
That's great.
That's
to know.
Amazing. Yeah.
Vicky's
what a fantastic organization too. Yeah. I just love that they're so focused and have really come up with a a process that'll work well, not only for the people that need the pups, but also getting volunteers in there to make that process easier for people to come in and volunteer. And then obviously for you to be able to help out in multiple ways too. I think that's great when people are kind of thinking outside the box and really getting as many people to care and love this organization to keep it growing and keep it helping as many people
that donate. There's treat people. So a lot of companies come together, but I mean, it's a 2-year process and it's very expensive. I think it's about $40,000 by the time a dog is ready to go home.
Yeah. Vicky's here with us. She thinks this is a wonderful idea, and she definitely agrees. So I think if anybody is watching now or watching on the replay, and you know of something that you'd like to donate, if it's not your time, if you don't live in the Colorado area, to be able to donate your time, definitely get in touch, right? And I'm
absolutely.
sure you'll connect the dots so that the more good things can happen for the Freedom Program. So that's wonderful.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. That's great.
Yeah. They're good people.
Yeah, that's amazing. So obviously, with your company being around for as long as it has, I'm sure you have a ton of customer stories that, have really kind of touched your heart. Can you share any of your favorites with us?
So we have funny ones, but then we also have, I think my very favorite one is this man sent me a review. And he said, our older dogs, we lost 2 dogs in a short amount of time. And we were so sad, and it took us a long time to get a pup. So we got a puppy, and then we forgot how hard puppies are, because it's been a long time since we had a puppy. And he said, they had white carpet in their house. And he said, my wife kept saying, we can still take this puppy back. We're within our time period. And he said, no, we have Unique. We're going to hang in here. And he said, I want you to know we now have a lovely, mature dog who, thanks to Unique, was able to stay home, and I still have white carpet. So
that's amazing.
That's great.
it does make you feel good, because one of a big reason that dogs are rehomed is because of the odors, and that, they can't be house trained, or, whatever's going on. If we can take care of that and keep their house smelling good and clean, it's going to allow them to have more patience to go through all the steps and all that. And then hopefully they can work with the right trainers and people that can help them get through that situation.
Right.
Yeah,
well,
it just lowers that level of frustration when you're kind of going through that, to make it easier to have, like you were saying, to have that patience to, this is a process. It's going to take a while, but if you have something in your arsenal that makes that a little bit easier, it really does, give you that time to make the adjustments for everyone.
Yeah. And that's one reason why we love the bacteria, because it really does work. The products are effective, and that makes us feel better. That they really, really work.
And I love the idea that not only for people who have recently adopted either maybe a shelter dog that has not been house trained yet, or a puppy that obviously hasn't been house trained yet, but it can provide an opportunity for people who don't know about your wonderful cleaners, that maybe we can get a dog, right? And the problem won't be as challenging as we might anticipate it to be. So you're opening up a world of opportunities for pets and their pet parents to have stronger bonds and to long, happy lives together. And I just think that's amazing. It's funny, you think something simple as a cleaning product, but it really goes beyond that in so many different ways. And I just think that's just so wonderful. I was curious, does your product have a shelf life? Like, is there like an expiration date? Because if you've got live bacteria, right, is there?
Right. Well, in the bottle, they're actually in spore form. So they don't come alive until they have a food source or moisture. Yeah.
Okay. Like a gremlin. You add water and then they come alive.
Exactly. Also, and I did want to mention too, it also works on vomit, blood.
Okay.
Yes, the
like
oils, like
stains,
yes.
That. Yeah.
And then like even on pet beds, or if your dogs are like mine and they get on your bed, they've been outside rolling in things, who knows what, and then they're on your bed or their furniture. It'll get rid of all those kind of things too. So it's, it goes way beyond the urine, but it will take care of any stains and odors that your pets bring into your house, including skunk. We do have a great skunk product.
Oh my God. That's good to know. My brother's golden doodle got in a tangle with a skunk, and then his daughter opened up the door and let the dog in the house. So they had
that's what happens. And it's like utter chaos and rubbing on your furniture. And that's one of my funny stories, is we actually had a child, a kindergartner, walking to school and got sprayed by a skunk on the way to school. And the principal of the school, her husband, was actually a rep for our products, and she called him and she said, "Get down here and bring a lot of stuff." And because this little kid's parents were both at work, and she's like, "We can't, it's not like he can go home. We got to take care of him." So they got that. I know. Couldn't you see him? Like, oh, look, it's a cute little kitty.
Like Pepe Le Pew, right? On the
exactly. So, okay. And you asked me it's shelf life. Sorry. I got distracted.
No, you're fine.
So we say, officially, we have to say 2 years.
Okay. But that's still quite a long time.
It is. But because we have such a heavy concentrate of the bacteria in the bottle, we hold back a bottle from every batch that we make. So we can go back, and they're all dated. So we'll go back, and not too long ago, we went back 11 years, and we're like, okay, let's see if these still work. And we do a test. We put, we use carpet, and then we take pomegranate juice, real strong and we pour it on there, and then let it dry. And we put this product on it, cleaned it right away. So,
oh my gosh.
Wow.
So there's still, there's so much bacteria. And so since it reproduces itself, it was still going strong. So that's people
fantastic.
call us all the time. Okay, I've had this bottle. I don't know how long I've got. I'm like, just give it a shot. If it doesn't work, get more. But I bet you it's going to work for you.
That's great.
That's
great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, this is fantastic. So, this is great. I love it. Do you guys have any fun things planned for the future? Like any new things coming up?
We do. Well, we're working on a turf product because a lot of people, are having artificial turf.
Yeah.
But it also works. Like I have a dog run and it has a tree in it. So I have 2 male dogs. So you can only imagine what that tree looks and smells like. So I can just go out there and soak that down with it. And it has it has a hose attachment to it. And then we'll have a refill that will go with that. So that'll be on our website very soon. Where we will have that one out there. And so
does it work on does it work on like those little turf, kind of artificial turf, like pee pad
like
thing,
potty pads,
indoor,
like, you can use that in there as well. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that would be great. That would be,
and it also works for potty pads too, because or any of these, the pet odor and stanley will work, because sometimes they're on the potty pad, but their little bottom's not, and so they're trying all they can, and it just happens. So it's a great product, even if you use those. And now that they have so many of those that you can wash, you can use the concentrate right in your laundry.
Oh,
so you can put an ounce or 2. You can soak things first, and then wash them through, and it'll get rid of that urine smell that's in those potty pads.
I love that idea.
Or if they have the belly bands, to keep them, some things like that.
Well, and blood and grass stains and other, like, you were saying all kinds of other things. So, throwing it in the laundry, I think that's.
Yeah, I use as much in my laundry as I use anywhere, because I spill food on my clothes too. And it will get that. So anything, anything organic. So anything we eat or.
So that's spaghetti and meatballs, the meatball that lands on your shirt.
Yeah, it helps tremendously to get all that out for you.
That's fantastic. That's
so great. For the turf product, with that, I'm thinking back. I used to live in Arizona, and we had a flagstone, and kind of on our back patio, that as much as I tried to get our basset hound to go out into the grass, she didn't always. And in that hot sun and stuff like that, you get that urine odor. And I'm curious, like on those hard surfaces or kind of slightly porous surfaces, would it work for something like that?
It works great. Yeah.
Okay.
The trick on that is you would do it early morning or evening when it starts to cool down, so that you give that bacteria time to work, and you just spray it down. Yeah. Any kind of landscaping, and it won't hurt plants. If any gets on your plants, it doesn't hurt them at all. So you just spray it and just let it do its thing. And the nice thing on the turf is, because bacteria will come, it will go dormant when there's no food. But if food comes to it in a close enough time, it will come back alive, essentially, and go again. So like dog, a lot of doggy daycares can use it. And at first you use more, but then because it's a bacteria, it takes less over time. It sounds kind of strange, but that's how it works.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic.
Yeah, that would have been a life changer for us.
So many people now that they can't have grass, so they make them have artificial turf, and then it doesn't rain a lot, so how do you get that odor out of there? Because and they tend to go in the same spot in the yard typically, so you can just go and treat that area.
Yeah.
Well, and we had used like some of the kind of, it was just sort of masking the odor instead of actually getting to it. So it was okay for right after you did it. But then once it had kind of dried again and the sun had been out again, that odor starts coming back. So I love the idea of this is actually getting down and eating the source of that odor. So it's perfect.
So it's gone. Yeah. It makes a big difference. Yeah.
No, I think that's fantastic. That's great.
So where can our audience go to find out more about Unique Pet Care?
Okay.
And
so saying around here. Our tagline is "We Tackle Tinkle." But so so our website is tackletinkle.com. So they can go on to tackletinkle.com. We are also in a lot of independent retail stores. So Kreiser's, Chuck and Don's, Natural Paws, and a lot of other independents, and then we are also on Chewy and petco.com. But
Okay,
but
great.
if you come to our website, our website has a lot of information. We have blogs and things that talk about some things that we do. We just put one in there this week about when your dog eats poop and what you do.
Okay.
And I've seen quite a few people ask what to do when that happens, so it's great.
Yeah,
that's a resource for that.
Yeah, and then they sometimes throw up, so then you have like this double duty mess. So we talk about how to clean that because it's a real problem. It is. If people aren't pet owners, they don't know those things happen. But as pet owners, you're like, oh yeah, things happen.
Yeah. It's just like having a toddler in diapers, right? It's just
exactly.
a part of your daily routine. And you're also on social media. I know Facebook. You're at Unique Pet Product, right? So
yes,
folks
and and Instagram as well, under unique_pet_.
Okay.
Pet care.
Pet care. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And then Facebook
and
is Unique
Pinterest as well.
Product. Oh, great. Well, super. Well, you're everywhere, so it should be real easy for folks to find you. The easiest to remember is tackletinkle.com. I love that.
Exactly. Yeah. It says what it does. So
and we have Megan with us today. She's got 6 dogs, and she's saying they do come with a lot of smells. And if she was in Colorado, she wished she could help out with the puppy partnership program, which I think is fantastic. So thank you, Megan and Vicki, for being with us today, and for everybody watching. And if you have any questions on the replay, please be sure to let us know, type them below, and we'll get Julie to answer those for you. Before we go, though, we have an exciting announcement due to the generosity of Julie and her team. Hi, Amy. She's just jumped in here. Great to have you with us, too. So we have giveaway winners to announce. Yay! And we have 3 today. I'm blown away. This is amazing. It's Christmas time here at We Heart Hounds. So Megan Elizabeth, you are one of the winners. Yay!
Congrats!
Congratulations, Megan. And Phoebe Simpson, you are another winner. So congratulations to you as well. And Sarah McCullough, you are also one of our winners today. So thank you so much for helping to promote Julie's interview today. That was awful. Very kind of you, very sweet of you. And you are definitely rewarded with a wonderful bundle of cleaning products that Julie will send out. So we'll get in touch with you directly and get your addresses, and we'll get that good prize to you. And Megan says, thank you. You're most welcome. That's great. That's great. So thank you, everybody. This is wonderful. Thank you, Julie, for everything. It was such a pleasure having you with us today. And again, thank you for your generosity with the cleaning products. I'm sure.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
I'm
jealous.
Always
want to say happy cleaning, and I always think, do people really feel happy cleaning?
They do.
I always want
to
say that. Exactly. Happy cleaning.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for being with us today. Have a great one. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.